Hello, soul family, welcome back. Today we're going to be doing an intuitive reading. This is going to be whatever number of cards come out to tell us what the collective needs to hear right now, a message to support you on your path, to provide you with some peace and clarity moving forward. Perfect. Anything else? What else do we need to hear? We'll talk about it all at once. Let's see. Is that it for today? Oh, there we go. Okay, that'll do. Okay, so first and foremost, and the placement of these cards, by the way, it will be intuitive, so we'll get there. The Three of Wands. This is a card of expansion. This is a card of really wanting to take the next step, to maybe travel, to dance, to move the body, to interact with your environment. And this card gives me Jupiter energy. It's like, it's very lucky. It's like when we start being brave and taking those next steps, like when we bravely leap into what we desire, when we chase our dreams, when we take motivated and inspired action, it allows us to feel grounded and expansive. It allows us to branch out, to grow. So I'm really feeling like, we'll see how this card interacts with the others, but I'm feeling like this is a chapter in your life that is all about expansion, all about how can I expand, how can I light my fire and let my fire spread, let your passions burn. And that's being echoed by the Knight of Wands here. So I'm feeling like the Knight of Wands wants to go actually right underneath. And this is like echoing the message I just said. It's like really a time to charge forward towards your passions. So what lights your fire right now? Like, I want you to ask yourself, what lights my fire? What excites me? What makes me feel passionate and excited to move forward? Both cards are about movement, so I'm feeling like there's some movement coming up for you, or some movement that you've been doing. Maybe you're literally moving or traveling, but it's like this is genuinely a period of your life where you are activating the spirit, activating the soul, feeling empowered, impassioned. And with the Judgment card in reverse, I'm thinking that maybe in your recent past, because I feel like this wants to go here, there's been this feeling of, when is my time coming? Like, okay, like almost like you're waiting for the call. I feel like maybe in the past couple of weeks, or the past couple months, you're like waiting for a call, maybe a call from a person, or like maybe waiting for that motivation, that spiritual calling, that drive, waiting for that flame. Like, when is my moment to expand coming? When is my moment to move on to this next chapter? I feel like in the past couple weeks, you've really been like ready to move on from something. And maybe, I feel like there's like, maybe you've been judging yourself too harshly on something. Like maybe in the past couple of weeks, you weren't really giving yourself enough credit for how far along you already are. But it's like that feeling of, I'm ready. Where is my moment? When is my moment? Has pushed you into this time of like, I'm doing it. I'm just like, now is my moment. I'm going to go out and get it and find it and do it. And then we have the Death card in reverse. So there's also this energy of like a new chapter, especially with both of these cards being in reverse, because both of these cards kind of speak to like a death and a rebirth. And originally I did want to put this card over here, but I don't know why I put it this way. So it's kind of like, you have really been waiting for this chapter to end, or for a new chapter to begin. Or I feel like you've been almost delaying in some way this new chapter beginning. I'm mostly feeling like for most of you, it's that you want this new chapter to begin and you're like, when is this coming? But I think for some of you, it's like you can feel that this new chapter is on the precipice, like on the horizon. And maybe there's like a little bit of fear of like, what comes after that? What comes next? And am I going to be able to handle it? Or like, you know, what if I miss my old life? But I feel like you are being called to something greater. You are really being called to expand right now. So then we have the Hermit. So, the Hermit's going to go right here. And we'll put this one here. So with the Hermit, this is all, like, and we have 3 major arcanas right now, and then 2 fire cards, 2 wands cards, which is like spirit. So 3 major arcana and 2 spirit cards. Like, I'm feeling like this is a really big, almost like level up in terms of your spirit. Like, you're undergoing a transformation right now, a shift. You're definitely growing and expanding. There's like, it's interesting because it's like this movement in terms of like charging towards your passions and your spiritual pursuits, your creative pursuits. But there's also this like introspection, this like, I feel like at the same time you are going inwards. There's a lot of like time that you're spending just kind of contemplating things that kind of, and with these 2 cards mirroring each other, I'm feeling like, you know, introspection is great. It's great to be able to check yourself, to analyze the deeper meanings of things, to, you know, help you transform and to help you understand yourself better. But make sure you're watching out for judging yourself too harshly, because like analyzing yourself is great, but we should do it in a way that's supportive. We need to support ourselves, because what is the point of analyzing ourselves if we come to a conclusion that then discourages us? So can you make sure that when you are, you know, like taking time to yourself to go inwards, to be introspective, to maybe not spend time with other people, and just take some time to yourself to just reflect, that you're also being supportive of yourself, that you're being supportive of your expansion and your growth. You don't necessarily need somebody else to give you permission or to give you validation in order for you to kind of make peace with yourself. And with our last card here, the 2 of Pentacles, yes. So there's a lot of themes of balance here, just with the way these cards are placed. We have the 2, 2, 2. These 2 cards are echoing each other here, and these 2, like, I feel like are really, really echoing each other. These are all echoing each other. So this theme of balance here, I'm feeling like these 2 are mirrors of one another. So the message could be that the step forward in your transformation is, I just feel like there's such supportive energies here, like having these 2 upright cards kind of supporting this, these 2 major arcanas up here. It's like this transformation, this rebirth, this new chapter that you're calling in, whether you want to or not. It might be a chapter of learning how to juggle your responsibilities as well as the things that you enjoy. So finding the balance between, you know, what feels good and what is necessary. What do I need? What do I want? Because I'm really feeling like you're meant to start stepping into what you really want. But of course, that means that you can't necessarily drop everything that you have on the go. Like, we have responsibilities as humans. We have a physical life that we need to sustain in order to survive. And I feel like maybe you've been using that as an excuse to not go for what you want in the past. Or maybe that's the fear about, like, or the limiting belief potentially that's stopping you from transforming, from ending this chapter and moving on to the next better chapter. So in order to do that, in order to move on, you have to stop using everything that you have to juggle as an excuse, and you have to instead start seeing everything that you have to juggle as something that you can find balance in. So balancing specifically what you have to do, what you need to do in order to take care of yourself, to sustain yourself, to maintain your job or your home or whatever it is, your body, as well as what do I want to do in order to, help fill my cup so I can feel like I have the motivation to do what I want to do and to thrive. And so I'm really feeling like maybe in the past you used this as an excuse to, keep things the way they are. Like, oh, I can't possibly do that like new thing that I really wanted to try because I'm just so busy. Well, you are capable of finding balance and doing the things you need to do and the things you want to do to expand and grow and chase your dreams and your passions. And whether you like it or not, this is a time for you to transform. And on the other side, you are going to like it. It's going to feel good. So know that you're on the right path and find that balance between like this introspection and action, the things you want to do and the things you need to do. And make sure that you're fueling that fire, that expansion and that growth, because you are on this spiritual journey right now to sharing with the world and with yourself and your loved ones what you really love and who you really are. So I hope that reading brought you some clarity and some perspective. Thank you so much for tuning in. And until next time, bye-bye, soul family.